First batch of poinsettias and princettias on the left there. It's the first time I've grown these. We put this polytunnel up shaded with mesh benching in especially just for them. We're just fitting the irrigation system. So we're just starting to pinch these batches of 3. So you see those first 2 rows there are already done. These ones are all still to do. Coming on nicely now. They're in a 5 litre pot. They've got roots to the outside of the pot now. And we're just about at the right sort of size for pinching now, so making a nice plant now. You can see the side shoots are just starting, so we're really wanting to get in there. So we've done 3 colours in these pots. So we've done Saturnus red, Saturnus white and Saturnus marble, which is nearly a white with a slight pink streak down the middle. Everything we've done is Beacon Camp varieties. Everything that came extremely good quality. We might have only lost maybe half a dozen to about 10 plugs all in all across everything that was sent. So yeah, everything really nice quality. It's all coming on well. We've not had any problems, touch wood, up to now. So we're just, because there is 3 different colours in this large pot, we're not wanting to get a massive amount of bracts, so we're probably just going to go for about 5 bracts on each. So we're going to pinch for, not counting the bottom one there, we're going to pinch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're probably going to pinch just about here, and then we're going to get something that, slightly shorter plant like these. They're all pinched evenly now, so I'll say they've got side shoots just starting on them now, which that's going to be, hopefully we get a nice even. They're all at the same range, so we're hoping we get a nice even size growth on those. Now the red were, I don't know if you can sort of see it on this one, the red were slightly taller when they came than the other 2 colours, but I think we'll get on top of that with some slightly heavier pinching on the red. Yeah, so it's just run down the tunnel. We've got here a red here, which is again really seems to be really easy branching because that started already. That's probably going to be the next thing to be pinched in the next day or 2. We've got, I think this is Aries red, which again we've done a 3 litre, slightly smaller, not too much sign of breaking yet, but again about another week they'll be pinched, there'll be more signs of breaking. This I believe is Saturnus, no, Leona white, sorry. We've pinched that a couple of days ago. Again, no breaking, but it was just getting so tall, we needed to do something about that. We've got Leona red, which is much further behind than the white, but again, nice sort of sized plants, just some signs of breaking at the bottom now. So again, probably another week we'll pinch those out, they'll be just about tall enough. So strange enough, this is all, that's Saturnus marble and that's Saturnus white, which is exactly the same that we've done in the triples, but it's come on further in the triple pots in the 5 litres at the top than it has in the 2 litres. I mean, there's some which are, again, yeah, not very far off for pinching, sort of very similar size, but I can only put it down to them being a bit closer in the other pots and having a slightly better humidity microclimate between them, that they've just got that little touch bigger than in these single pots here. Don't get me wrong, they're not a bad size. And that's the white, that was a marble, and this is the white now. Again, these are not far off behind the others. This one's Astro Red. This has been pinched. Again, a few more days because it's really evenly breaking now. And now we're moving on to the Princettias. So this is Princettia Midi Hot Pink. So this is the largest Princettia they do. So I'm trialling this one again in a 2 litre. Whether it goes well in a 2 litre, I don't know. It's supposed to be the tallest out of the lot. Princettias, again, it's a cross. It's a euphorbia cross. But it's Princettia is the closest one that you're going to get to a poinsettia. I don't know if you can sort of, it's hard to see inside, but these are quite free breaking. We're sort of breaking as they came as plugs. More unusual thing is all the new coloured foliage is always the colour of roughly what it's going to be, and then it fades, as you can sort of see. New colour's very pink and then fades as the leaf gets older to a green. And then obviously the bracts are extremely vibrant. So yeah, there's some, they're nice, they're filling out quite nicely now. There's some that are rooting to the outside of the pot. Let's see if I can see one where you see a bit more of this really even branching, which is just taking place. And then these, you'll see more of what I mean with the colours on this side. These are these are mostly Princettias, just down to about here, and then there's a small batch of smaller poinsettias that will only go in a 1.5 litre, which is what we've done. All the rest of everything on this side is all in 15 centimetre, 1.5 litres. These are actually only maximum recommended for 14 centimetre. I think a lot of people only do them in a 13, and some people even just do them in 10.5, but we've started them quite early, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get a nice pot full in the 15. So yeah, these are dark pink Princettia, which as you can sort of see, these have got much darker new leaves on them. Again, really starting to fill out into a nice pot full, much more squat than the poinsettias, but they really will only get to, you know, sort of that sort of height. That's about it. Whereas some of these, you know, some of these large poinsettias on this size really are going to get to, you know, 2 foot at least, hopefully some maybe even a little bit more. But again, you can probably see with these, really easy branching. I mean, there's some really decent branches starting there, and they're very even as well, so very little to no plant growth regulator needed on these. Whereas of course the poinsettias, you don't get that even, so you can sort of see there's some dominant branching already coming from the bottom. With these top ones, sort of will struggle to catch up, so we'll need some plant growth regulator on the, I mean, I want to grow the biggest poinsettias possible, so really I don't really want to use very much at all, but just a little bit to even these new breaks up a little bit. So this one's Princettia Pearl. Again, really sort of nice size. This is going to be a white. It's sort of like a dirty white colour. So very light limey sort of coloured. Again, you can sort of see in there, really even breaking. You can see it's, you know, it's very even. As you know, there's a few little ones at the top which are waiting to catch up, but again, these are probably only maybe a week to pinch, maybe not even that, maybe a few days. This is Indian Red Emperor. I'm not quite sure why I've done a red Princettia. I should have really just stuck to pinks and whites, and just stuck solely to red in the poinsettias really, because these of course that will be ready much sooner than the poinsettias will be. These will be sort of like end of October to mid-November, these will be ready. And yeah, I don't think I'll be selling much red Princettias in that sort of time scale. So again, quite nice. It's hard to see the breaking in there, but there is some breaking just starting in there now. Again, these are slightly behind the others, so probably about a week to pinch with those. And again, this is the normal hot pink princettia. So we've got midi hot pink on the end over there, and this is normal hot pink here, which I think there's a bit of confusion somewhere. I've ended up with 2 batches of these, so literally all of these all along here are all hot pink. Unfortunately, it's probably one of the nicest colours, so I'm not that upset that we'll have a little bit too much of this. Might have to, I do really want this, at least some of this ready for December, so we can maybe plant them in some mixed arrangements. So I'll probably maybe have to light these a little bit towards the end of September, just to sort of hold them back a little further. But again, there's some mixed ones in here, there's some smaller and some you know, much fuller. But again, really nice plant, evenly breaking already. You can sort of see the shoots in there coming nicely. Probably pinch these similar time to the red ones. And this is for our final poinsettia. This is Robin Red. I believe it's named after the star, I think, as of most of Beacon Camp's poinsettia varieties by the sounds of them. This was the smallest one. As I say, all the plug quality was really good when it came, but this was the smallest, and did have the most of the like patchy sizes in, but it really has caught up. I chose this variety after seeing it on the YouTube channel, which is Grower Talks. It's an American based site, but they went to visit Poinsettia Trials, which had all the main growers, and it did have this variety a couple of years ago as a new variety. It's got really nice big showy bracts, even though, you know, it's achievable in just a 1.5 litre. But it's really nice. We're going to start, I see there's a little bit of yellowing on the leaves, but it's not nothing too much to worry about at the moment. We've started feeding with, these have all got an osmocote feeding at the lower rate suggested, and we are going to start feeding with Peter's XL CalMag grower very soon, probably middle of this week, once we've pinched a few more bits, just so we can make a start really with getting these breaks going a bit further. Up to this point, you know, there's a bit of feed in the compost already. There's a low dose of osmocote in there, which is just going to see them through as a little bit of a backup. But again, I mean, it really has caught up this variety. We're not far away, because it's only in a 1.5 litre. We're probably only going to pinch these for 5 or 6, so we're nearly there with that now. We're probably going to be pinching this tip out in towards the end of the week, I'd say, and we'll not be far away there. So yeah, we've got some nice shoots coming there now. Again, quite even, you know, most of them are coming at a fairly even size, but there's nothing much at the top here now, so again, we'll probably need some growth regulator on that in a little bit. So yeah, that's where we are up to now, and I will we'll drop back with another video in about a week's time, and a few more bits will be pinched and some things will be a bit further on, and yeah, I'll give you a bit of an update.